America. It likes to pride itself as being the land of the free. But does that mean citizens are actually free to go anywhere they want? The truth is, there are some places in the United States that are totally forbidden for average folks like you and me. Some of these locations are top-secret military installations. Some are meeting places for the world's elite. Others are subject of wild speculation, and the government denies their very existence. One thing's for sure. These forbidden places are completely off-limits for 99% of Americans. Let's start with a place that almost everyone knows about, Area 51. Located in the Nevada Test and Training Range, the official name for this Air Force facility is Homey Airport, or Groom Lake. Other nicknames include Dreamland and Paradise Ranch. Considered the holy grail for many paranormal researchers, this location went viral a few years ago when social media users planned to storm the base and uncover the secrets within. Obviously, these netizens didn't get very far, and no one managed to enter the area during the so-called raid of 2019. So what is Area 51 hiding? The military has stated that the purpose of this facility is to test experimental aircraft and weapon systems. That being said, everything that goes on inside Area 51 is top secret, so we may never know exactly what these Air Force officials are up to. It was allegedly established as a testing site for the new U-2 airplane in 1955. Over the years, the site was then used to test aircraft like the Lockheed A-12, the F-117 Nighthawk, and even captured Russian MiGs. But that is just the official story. No one without security clearance is even allowed to veer into the airspace of Area 51. Astronauts are under specific instructions never to photograph the area from space. And make no mistake, trespassers will be liquidated. In 2019, a man was taken out by an armed security officer when he attempted to enter the base and refused to stop. So what are the theories surrounding Area 51? Perhaps the most well-known hypothesis involves a captured alien spacecraft being reverse-engineered to create advanced planes. These reverse-engineered planes apparently break the laws of physics as we know them. Check out our video on Project Bluebeam if you want to learn more about the military's secret UFOs. Others believe that Area 51 contains captured aliens that are being interrogated or studied. These theories are closely tied with the alleged Roswell incident in New Mexico, which supposedly involved a flying saucer crashing for unknown reasons. As the story goes, the wreckage was quickly collected and transported to Area 51, along with the bodies of alien beings. Because the facility is top secret, there's really no limit to how wild these theories can get. Some believe that the Air Force is testing energy weapons at Area 51, while others believe that the technology could be based around weather control or even time travel. People like Bob Lazar claim to have worked inside the facility, and many say that the Air Force really is reverse engineering alien aircraft. Others say that they have worked alongside actual aliens in order to understand extraterrestrial technology, alien viruses, and more. In the end, we might never know what really goes on inside Area 51. The Air Force could be engaging in all of these experiments, or none of them. Another military installation that has achieved a near-mythical reputation among conspiracy theorists is the Cheyenne Mountain Complex. For many years, Cheyenne Mountain was the center of the United States Space Command and NORAD, although today it is operated by the newly established Space Force. Buried under 2,000 feet of granite, the installation is designed to protect against nuclear Armageddon, It is also one of the few facilities in the United States that can handle a full-strength EMP attack. Even a 30 megaton nuclear warhead would be deflected harmlessly by this hardened bunker, and it is equally impervious to chemical and biological weapons. In addition, the complex is completely self-sustaining with its own water supply and power plant. In other words, Cheyenne Mountain is the best place to go during an apocalypse. The bad news is that average folks like you and me will never see the inside of this facility. It's also worth pointing out that the Cheyenne Mountain complex is actually pretty old these days, having been built all the way back in 1966. Although it is still in use today, it does not operate 24/7 and is maintained by a skeleton crew. The headquarters of NORAD is now located in Peterson Space Force Base, but Cheyenne is always on standby as backup. NORAD isn't quite as secretive as Area 51. In fact, public tours were common during the 90s, and at one point they were operating 800 tours per year. That all changed after 9/11, however, as security concerns became a priority once again. Today, no one is allowed to simply walk up to Cheyenne Mountain without permission, and not many people have seen the inside of this base for decades. There are also organizations operating in Cheyenne Mountain that the government refuses to name publicly. Some people believe that the Cheyenne Mountain complex is actually part of a vast underground network of deep underground military bases, otherwise known as DUMBs. There are those who say that the complex is connected by maglev trains to other facilities, such as the one which is allegedly buried underneath the Denver airport. Be sure to check out our video on the Denver International Airport if you'd like to learn more about the secrets beneath the facility. Like Area 51, Cheyenne Mountain Complex has its fair share of conspiracy theories, and the stories are quite similar. There are rumors of alien corpses being stored inside the complex, and some believe that the facility actually housed a Stargate, capable of teleporting people across vast interstellar distances. This is of course the premise for a well-known TV show, Stargate SG-1. Area 51 and Cheyenne Mountain Complex may be shrouded in mystery, but we know for a fact that they actually exist. The same cannot be said for Dulce Bass. As the existence of this complex has never been confirmed. According to paranormal researchers, Dulce Bass is buried somewhere below Archuleta Mesa, on the border between Colorado and New Mexico. Rumors of this base first started to swirl when a businessman named Paul Benowitz claimed that he had discovered a secret installation below the town of Dulce, and that this base was a joint project between both gray aliens and human beings. By the 1980s, other paranormal researchers were echoing Benowitz's claims, stating that hybrid genetic experiments were taking place at Dulce Bass, and that people were being abducted against their will to serve as human guinea pigs in these experiments. Although human-animal hybrids might sound like science fiction, mainstream scientists are running these experiments today, right out in the open. Check out our video about the Chupacabra for more information about the strange genetic experiments being conducted in the modern era. One UFO researcher, named Philip Schneider, claimed that after the Philadelphia experiment, top-secret deep underground military bases were constructed across the nation, including Dulce Bass. Schneider was later found dead from an apparent suicide. We have also published a video on the Philadelphia experiment that provides some context. We know for sure that mutilated cattle have been found around the town of Dulce, and residents have been reporting UFO sightings for years. Before his death, Schneider claimed that massive underground battles are taking place right now between aliens and humans. According to him, Spec Ops teams are constantly being sent below the surface to fight these extraterrestrials. The casualty rates are high, and the combat is apparently intense. Prior to his suicide, Schneider claimed that he witnessed a full-on firefight between aliens and humans that resulted in 60 human casualties. Maybe we'll never know about whether Dulce Bass is real or not. But consider this. The US government devotes trillions of dollars to black budget projects. Is it really that unreasonable to think that there are hidden bases that no one knows about? Aside from military installations, there are a few other forbidden places in the United States that average people are not allowed to visit. These locations are often only accessible to the wealthiest people on the planet. And a prime example of this is the Bohemian Grove. It has been described as a playground for America's elite, but the organization refers to itself as simply a gentleman's club. Spanning 300 acres into Monte Rio, California, Bohemian Grove has been frequented by some of the most powerful people on the planet, including Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Dr. Oppenheimer, George H.W. Bush, and many others. In order to become a member, you need to pay at least $25,000 and remain on a waiting list for approximately 30 years. On the surface, the Bohemian Grove might seem like an innocent campground for businessmen who want to let loose and get some fresh air. But when you dig a little deeper, strange details begin to emerge. Perhaps the most chilling evidence comes from well-known conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who managed to infiltrate the area and film a strange ceremony taking place. Individuals were seen wearing ritualistic attire and appeared to be worshipping a massive 40-foot wooden owl statue in what has been described as a cremation ceremony. Owl figures are closely linked with the ancient pagan gods such as Moloch, Minerva, and Lilith. These gods, particularly Moloch and Lilith, have long been associated with demons, Satan worship, and the New World Order. Interestingly, some people say that the US $1 bill features a tiny owl, which is apparently a sneaky reference to the Bohemian Grove. Lees tries to hide the fact that it's a meeting place for the world's elite. The Bilderberg Group is shockingly brazen about its plans for world domination. This is an actual meeting of monarchs, billionaires, and highly influential leaders. We're cheating a little bit here because these elites don't always meet up in the United States, and the location of the meeting changes each year. But when Bilderberg members do meet in the US, they tend to choose the Westfields Marriott Hotel in Chantilly, Virginia. The last meeting to take place in America was in 2017. On paper, Bilderberg members meet in order to promote the free market and discuss global interests. However, there's really no way of knowing what these people talk about, because the debates are highly secretive in nature. In 2001, Bilderberg Group founder Dennis Healy basically admitted that the purpose of the group was to create a one-world government, stating, "We felt that a single community throughout the world would be a good thing." Bilderberg Group members convene in Virginia. Protesters often gather to voice their opposition to the so-called New World Order. One of the most vocal opponents to the Bilderberg Group is again Alex Jones, who has joined protesters outside the Westfields Marriott Hotel on multiple occasions. However, no one, not even the controversial radio show host, has ever managed to infiltrate a Bilderberg meeting. So why is this such a big deal? Well, if the Bilderberg Group really is influencing the globe, it goes against basic notions of democracy and freedom. These individuals were not elected, and they represent the interests of the 1%, not the voters. While meeting privately at a hotel is perfectly legal, there are very genuine concerns about what kind of decisions these elites are making about the future of our planet without consulting the rest of us. We know what you're thinking. Don't try it. Although the secrets of Cheyenne Mountain, Area 51, and the Bohemian Grove can be tempting, trying to infiltrate these locations is a very bad idea. As we have seen before, trespassers are often taken out by armed guards, and no secret is worth your life. At the end of the day, we can only hope that at some point our elected officials will make this information public, allowing us to see what is really going on, and what kinds of projects our tax dollars have been funding without our consent or knowledge.